H.L. Cooper has been flying ultralight aircraft around southern Arizona for more than 20 years. This incredible view shows the vastness of the desert along the Arizona-Mexico border. But along with the beautiful vistas of mountains and saguaro cactus, Cooper sees another sight on a regular basis from his vantage point in the sky. Illegal aliens transporting drugs across the desert, bound for America's fifth largest city, Phoenix.
Nowadays, there's a whole lot more drug running than there used to be. This is one of the highest traffic areas. This valley here, and the next valley over there, that's the Ultra Valley over there, and it's a heavily traveled route there.
Illegal immigration has always been an issue. What's changed is the level of violence.
It's been getting worse and worse, but as far as safer, no. We're right in the middle of it. When they come out of this valley, we're one of the first places they come to. We've been vandalized, we've been stolen from. We used to hike all over the desert out here. Anymore, now we don't go out without being armed.
And the problem isn't only on the ground.
The Border Patrol reports that drug runners are using ultralight aircraft like this to bring loads of drugs across the border and drop them in the United States. But they're not the only thing in the sky.
Recently, the Border Patrol started using remotely piloted surveillance aircraft to patrol the desolate stretches of desert where smuggling is prevalent. These eyes in the sky also help the effectiveness of agents on the ground. But residents along the border say more needs to be done. Rancher Ed Ashurst's neighbor was murdered by a drug runner earlier this year.
When I first moved to this country, most of the activity you saw was people going north looking for a job. The last several years it's changed into mainly outlaw activity. They pack dope north, drop it off, and on the way south they like to break into homes here on the American side and pack off things. They really like to steal firearms, and 80% of the homes have been burglarized in the last 2 winters by illegal aliens.
Seeing it, we have more illegals that come through our county than any other county.
Further north, Pinal County Sheriff Paul Babu says his hands are full protecting residents here from the drug violence, and he hasn't gotten much help from the federal government. In fact, the Obama administration recently supported the ACLU in bringing a lawsuit against Babu and several other Arizona sheriffs, suing to stop them from enforcing Arizona's immigration law.
This is a hotbed for criminal activity. We need soldiers, armed soldiers to the border now to stop this from continuing. In response to our plea for help and for armed soldiers, they put up these signs, not written in Spanish, not facing south to the Mexican border, but facing north in English, warning to our citizens, travel not recommended. This is unacceptable.
While the war of words continues in Washington, the people of southern Arizona face weapons that are much deadlier. This year alone, the drug war along the border has claimed more than 2,500 lives. That's nearly 5 times the number of American troops killed this year in Afghanistan.
I believe that this is a greater threat against our national security than any other threat that exists today, an unsecured border.
Pinal County law enforcement regularly encounters armed drug smugglers who have all but taken over wide areas of this high mountain desert.
From this point on, it's a standing order that we don't come more than 2 deputies coming out here due to one of our deputies getting shot in the leg.
In addition to the danger, trash left by illegals is becoming a major environmental hazard. Okay, so this is kind of what we're seeing here. The illegals come down out of the mountains, come across the desert for 3 to 5 days walking, then they dump all their stuff here next to the freeway, get on trucks, and head into Phoenix. But this is something interesting. Notice this bag, it has an American flag on it, and it says United States Aid from the Agency for International Development, USAID, aid from the American people. This is a bag that we sent down to Central America filled with bulgur wheat, and now it's coming back filled with drugs. But piles of garbage are the least of these deputies' worries as they continue to face attacks both from drug runners and the federal government. Chuck Holton, CBN News, on the border in southern Arizona.